New employee hired. This is going to be one of the 3 SROs that will be hired. I'd like to hire Billy Scarborough, hired as a full-time deputy SRO.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
I don't have, yeah, that is a little bit of discussion, not particularly just on this one person, but I see he's got about 12 people. Are you adding any new people?
That's
Yeah,
additional.
those are going to be 3 additional
Yeah.
positions. Right.
So, Sheriff, on those SROs, are those guys coming out of your existing employees, or are they new?
2 of them are.
2 of them are?
2 of them are, and the other 2 are going to be additions to replace them. That are coming out of now as it is, and the other 2 will be replacing them.
Okay.
And one of them just coming from, not an entire office.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right, I'd like to have an employee reclassification, to have Brian Strayson reclassified as a school resource officer from deputy.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right, the next one, I'd like to have Rachel Mims reclassified as a school resource officer from deputy. Still be a deputy, but will be going into the school system.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right, and reclassification, like Deputy Freeman Ellis will be reclassified as patrol supervisor.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like a resolution granting Nathan Bland to be hired as a full-time deputy. He will be one of the ones replacing the SRO, 2 of the SROs.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I have a question, Mr. Chairman. Sheriff, does this cause the same problems that, or better rate,
No, he's
salary?
No, this one is, he's coming to the department. He's replacing one of the SROs that are going out, which are
sorry,
three
that's
additional people. He's replacing one of those.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Any more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And I'd like,
Motion carries.
sorry about that. This is gonna be the same thing. I'd like a resolution hiring Justin Mims as a full-time deputy. The same thing. He'll be replacing one of the
So moved.
SROs.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right, and next one, I'd like to have a resolution, Robbie Smithing hired as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner Langston, this is, we're getting into that one and kind of the rest of them, this is gonna be kind of part of that, just, being, losing people and stuff like that. These are gonna be kind of replacing people too, so. I'd like to have a resolution to have Selena Patterson hired as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the next one, I'd like to request a resolution to have Cindy Schultz hired as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And the next one, I'd like a resolution to have Ashley Peters hired as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved.
Aye.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And I'd like a resolution hiring Brandon Dennis as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And lastly, I'd like to resolution hiring Josh Tatum as a part-time corrections officer.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. Thank you.
That's it. Thank y'all.
Okay, Whitney Barlow, do you have anything to address us? Okay.
Mr. Singleton did not inform y'all of what we've got going on partnered with the airport. We are currently working with the airport and Central Alabama Electric Cooperative to do an airport study. And this airport study will both be a assessment of our airport, a certification of our airport, an economic impact study of our airport, and the potential that we could do to recruit aerospace business and aeronautics and maintenance and, have I left any other companies off? And education to the airport or into the Chilton County area. As I have said before, and as you know, you're centrally located in the state, and this is a tremendous opportunity for us. And since Mr. Singleton and his airport authority have done such a tremendous effort in building the airport up and working on this, I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to seize a moment to grow. These jobs that we could recruit are definitely jobs with $15, $25, $30, $40 an hour jobs. And that's tremendous. A lot of them are coming from the north, some are coming from the south, and they are looking for a central location so that they can do business both in Huntsville and in Mobile. So I just wanted to update y'all on that and let you know that's going on, and as we move forward with that, I'll continue to bring the updates to the board.
Okay, but today you don't need any action from us, just
No,
an
this was
update.
just
Okay.
an update.
Okay, great.
No.
Mr. Chairman, may I say something?
Sure.
For those of y'all who know who this is Whitney Barlow. She's been here almost, have you been here a year yet? Not even a year.
8 months.
And she is the director of the IDB board.
For Chilton County,
For
yes.
Chilton County. She has hit the ground running. If you want to keep up with her, good luck with that one. Because she has our county in the best interest of mind. She has really opened our eyes to a lot of things. We are centrally located with a lot of opportunities that have passed us up over the years. And I just want to say thank you for what you do.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Hardy. Well, it's a team effort. We've got to all work
That's
together.
right.
Cities, counties, all of us have got to work together. And if we do, this place will look very different for the
Sky's
good.
the limit.
Yes,
That's
it is.
right.
So thank y'all very
Thank
much. I
you.
just
Thank
wanted
you.
to update you.
Thank you.
Okay, if I'm not overlooking anyone, Jessica, you're next on the agenda. And Jessica Carter is the director of Chilton County Transit.
Good evening. I just need to request a resolution to reclassify Christy Tillis from a part-time driver to a full-time driver, and it will be a replacement.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And then I just need to request permission to advertise to hire a part-time driver.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we come to commission reports. Just an update. We've been asked by the ACCA, the Association of County Commissions, to endorse a state gasoline and diesel tax. And I've asked the commission tonight in a work session for us to table this until we know more about what they're asking of us. From my understanding, that bill is still wide open and being negotiated, and I personally don't want us to put our support behind something not knowing what those limitations are. So if they're asking for 5 cents a gallon, that's one thing. If they're asking for 45 cents a gallon, that's altogether another thing. So we're going to table that, but the commission is appraised of what the state is asking of us as far as support, and when we know more and they nail down more of the specifics of what they're going to ask for in the bill, we will vote at a later time on whether or not we're gonna support that bill. But there's discussion as to how much and how the funds will be divided, and none of those things have been decided at this time, and until those things are nailed down more tightly, we're not gonna address it as a commission. The other thing that I would say under my responsibilities, or ask under my responsibilities, is I would ask that we consider moving our February 26th meeting from 6 o'clock to 7 p.m. We're going to have an event at 5:30 that night, and it's something that we're going to all want to participate in. That announcement will be coming later, but it will interfere with our meeting if we choose to participate. So I would just ask the commission for a resolution to move our meeting time from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., again, on February 26th, and to add a work session for 6 p.m. on February 26th.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Matt, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I do not.
Okay, Alan, you have anything tonight? Okay, Jimmy Hardy, do you have anything? I know we've removed a couple of things.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Commissioner Hadley? You're good? Commissioner Langston?
No, sir.
Commissioner Moore?
No, sir.
Okay, so having completed all of the commission reports, we move on to the attorney and administrator reports. Ms. Sylvia?
First on my list, we added the Chilton County Employee Handbook, formerly known as Policies and Procedures. Terry Hinton and I went through and made changes according to what we had learned at our conference. Of course, there were changes that were made by you earlier as well, so we have combined all those changes. Here it is. We need to please, I guess I need to request a resolution to schedule a work session.
So moved.
Will you offer a date in that resolution? So it would probably be the,
To finalize.
No,
probably be the Tuesday before the 26th, whatever that day. You want to wait? Well, let's wait till after our 26th meeting and
Do
do
the first meeting in March for the 5 o'clock work session?
the first Tuesday of March
Which will be the
prior to our
12th?
meeting.
okay.
It'll be the 12th.
And you will have all of your notes made and ready.
For our finalize, we're gonna,
So, so I would request that we do that work session on the 5th, because I think that's going to take more than an hour.
okay.
And that would be the Tuesday before our first regularly scheduled meeting in March. If we're just having a work session, you want to do it at 6? Is everybody okay with that? 5:30?
5:30 or 6.
Can you get here by 5? Let's do it at 5:30.
I'm good.
5:30 on the 5th. We have a motion. Who was the second?
I don't think we have.
Second, that was me.
You had the motion. We need somebody else to
Second.
second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I want that motion.
Go ahead, Alan.
Well, we have a standing resolution for 6 o'clock. We need, since we changed that to 5:30, do we have to advertise that?
Work session.
I tell you what, let's save some advertisement money and let's move that to 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So would you change your motion to 6?
I rescind my motion and make a motion that we have our work session on the 5th at 6 o'clock.
Okay, will you amend your second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Again, any further discussion? Thanks for pointing that out, Alan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The next on my agenda is to request a nomination or appointment for the Department of Human Resources Board. They have requested Taylor Hatchett.
Okay. So this would be opening nominations tonight? Is this, all? Did we already?
No, this is, we done
That's the
closed,
last
this is
one.
finalized.
Okay. So your vote, you're asking for a resolution to finalize. We voted to close, so it would be acceptance of Taylor Hatchett.
Taylor Hatchett.
Okay, so we have a request to appoint Taylor Hatchett to the DHR board.
So moved.
Have a
Second.
motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution to add a bank account for excess bids on our tax sales.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution to have the Chilton Clanton Library contact link on our website. This is at no additional cost to us.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Request a signature resolution for the chairman and administrator on our road department loan with Hoover Bank in the amount of $1,245,841 to be repaid with the sale of the unit.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
The loan is done every year, I believe. And then the old loan is paid with the sale of the used equipment.
But there's still enough total to pay it off and
Oh,
they
yeah.
sell them.
It's not guaranteed, but we have, we've actually done it every year.
So far.
So we've run the trucks essentially for free every year that we adopted this program.
I was just being sure.
Well, I'm stating that where the public will know what we're doing. So we're buying these dump trucks at governmental cost, running them a year, selling them at an auction, and we generally get more for them than we paid for them, and so we're running them for free for a year. This is a fairly common practice statewide, but we're able to buy things so much cheaper because we're a governmental entity that we're able to do that. So that's just for public consumption.
And that
So-
excess money goes into an equipment account.
Great. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Any,
It is not, those funds are not connected.
It's a win-win for us.
so far, it's been a great deal. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Our resolution to update our signatory with ADE, with current chairman and administrator.
So moved.
So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Also, and I'm not real sure if this is done in the form of a resolution, but the Chilton Water Authority has asked for a reappointment of one of their members by March 2000. This will run from March 2019 to March 2025.
I make a motion that we open up nominations for the Water Authority Appointment Board.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And I'd like to note that the Water Board has nominated, who?
They they have nominated for reappointment Jeff Williams.
Yeah. And this will go through for 2 more meetings, and then if anybody on the board wants to nominate somebody, they have the authority to do that.
And you said Jeff Williams?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. That concludes. Attorney, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
All right, guys.
I make a motion with adjourn.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries.
Thank y'all for coming.
I